Hey, it's Steve from Objects Unlimited. We're working on this amazing project called The Roots of Empathy. As part of that, we're creating a digital scene using Christmas buildings. So we've been given like 60 or 70 of these types of buildings to 3D scan and be able to create a digital file to put into a digital scene. They reached out to us because they were working with our customer at Little Canada to do a lot of scanning of people for the scenes they want to do. But instead of using stock kind of backgrounds in Unreal Engine, they wanted to use real kind of cartoony Christmas villages. They met a gentleman who has a collection of hundreds of these villages that we borrowed essentially to scan and be able to put in place. So I'm working here on the scene file, and you can see all these scenes and all these different things that we have to scan in each scene. And because the equipment is so good and so quick, I'll get this all done today. I'll shoot these over to the guys for processing, and they're going to start doing some renders and making their scenes. This is going to be a really interesting video. I believe it's a 90-minute video that they're releasing with a, I guess, a short segment that should be going on CNN. So we're pretty excited about it. Excited for a few reasons. One, it's a really neat project. Just the fact that we can involve what we do into this project pretty easily and at a pretty low cost is exciting. Number two, we're getting to work with some really, really interesting people. We get a lot out of working with creative types, and we are certainly doing that in this project. And number three, most important, is we get to do a bit of good in the world. At Objects Unlimited, we do make a lot of frivolous stuff, and I love it. I love the crazy creatures we make. I love the figurines. I love the trophies. I love all these products we make for people. But I will say not a lot of them make the world a better place. This hopefully is one of those projects that will help to make the world a little bit better, and there's no cost to us to do it. It's really just time, and especially my time. I'm going to be here anyway. You all know how much I love this place, so a few hours of scanning where I get to play with my favorite equipment, get to get some practice. It's nothing. It's nothing to spend that time to do something good. So thank you to the Roots of Empathy project and to everybody involved in this for giving us the opportunity to do something that can do so much good. For these particular objects, I'm using the Artex Spider. And the reason I'm doing that is the field of view is a little smaller. I'm getting a little bit more detail. For those of you that don't know, we bought this scanner in 2013. This scanner has been running since 2013. Still scans just as good, actually quite a lot better than the day that we got it. Now I've scanned quite a few of these, and I'm averaging around 10 minutes start to finish for them. So let's show you what the process is. So first thing is to scan. And of course, like any other type of 3D scanning, we're painting with light, and we're trying to capture as much of this object as possible. With these particular ones, a little bit of undercutting sometimes, so we want to make sure we scan up like this. And I can move this turntable pretty quickly to try and get all the data. I want to make sure that I scan it properly so I don't have to go over and do it again. I'll look at the top as well. So one of the beautiful things about 3D scanning is if I miss a spot, I can just go back and add another scan, and it's super easy to mix them together or to align them and merge them together. However, really unnecessary with this type of thing. So I am done scanning now. So that was about 2 minutes. We're going to take a look at the raw scan data here and make sure we caught everything. So I'm looking at this house, and I pretty much have everything that I need. So the next step, I'm not too worried about these undercuts, knowing what watertight fusion will do to that. So next step is I'm going to run the global registration algorithm. And what that's doing is it'll just suck things into a little bit nicer area. There we go. And now I'm ready to create a fusion. I'll make a watertight fusion at a 0.3 micron point accuracy. This takes about 90 seconds, maybe a little bit less than that.
A few moments later.
So now we have a really nice 3D mesh of this object. You can see the undercuts got filled in nicely. It's pretty decent. So we're going to add color, which is the real key. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the base. This really shows the power of Artex Studio. There's my cutoff plane. Base is gone. Now I got a hole here. So I'm going to run something called mesh optimization. So what I'm doing here, I'm doing three things. I'm removing small objects, so any floaters. I'm healing bad polygons. Then I'm simplifying this mesh down to about 700,000 polygons because we don't need it super high res. We're doing this in a scene, so we want low level polygons, high texture map, as opposed to a high level polygons and a low texture map. This is just about done. The mesh will be simplified. The small objects are removed. So now I'm going to, again, use a great part of Artex Studio to fix the hole in the bottom to make a watertight solid. I will select all my holes and I will fill them. I love this software. There, we're done. So now I have a perfect or as good as I need. 3D mesh all ready to go. I'm just going to add color. So we use our texturing algorithm for that. This has been taking around 30 seconds or so. And then we're done, and I'm on to the next one. My goal today is to scan about 50 of these, and I'm probably at about, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, probably at around 25 so far. It's been going pretty easy. It's pretty fun, to be honest with you. It's been a while since I get to do, a lot of this kind of scanning. Although this is simple scanning, it's still, after all these years, it still amazes me the incredible results I can get from waving my magic wand around an object and clicking a few buttons. Now, of course, I've been scanning for a long time. I'm pretty good at it. I don't usually lose track, and I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, it's just so damn easy. If you were to buy one of these scanners from us, the new version is called Space Spider 2, which is actually double the accuracy, double the field of view, and triple the scanning speed. Amazing product, but we use what we have, and this scanner is awesome. If you were to purchase one of these, you're really going to get results like this within a day. Training is about a couple hours to do the initial training, practice a little bit, a couple hours to do advanced training, and then you're pretty much ready to go. I've trained people from 7 years old up to 70 years old on these products. I've never spent more than a day training someone because it's easy. Get into more complex and advanced stuff, yes, it can take a little bit of practice to do metrology or to do real accurate, really perfect scanning on really complex objects, but something like this, it's pretty simple. Now, it is certainly possible for me to take a video of this and use photogrammetry to create a mesh. And in fact, that's what was being done initially, but it was just taking too long. The meshes weren't quite good enough. The colors were okay, but the geometry was a little bit soft, so we decided to go this way. It's now finished its texturing. So we are at this point now finished. And I look here and I say, hey, is there an issue? Guess what? No issue. That's what's in the scan file. All these small holes, because this is a lamp, have been filled in by the software. And this is a watertight model. And we're good to go. Now I move on to the next one. That's it. That's all. Super easy. Artex Spider, Artex Studio, a little bit of practice. You can get amazing scans really quickly.